D2DNY, Real World HVAC Simplified. And now in this video, it's going to be a quick heating furnace troubleshooting tips. Alright, so it's going to be a very short video, quick furnace troubleshooting tip, heating furnace. And this is for pros only, not do-it-yourselfers. Okay, so on this service call here, I was getting a fault code. See the red light in the board? The red light is the status, and it gives you your fault codes as well. So I was getting 4 faults, 4 flashes, and 4 flashes mean flame loss, right? But also take note, the yellow or the amber light or LED on the board, that's your flame signal. Right, so it comes from your flame sensor. Okay, so you can see the furnace lights up right now, and everything is good. Here is your flame sensor right there. There's a flame sensor over here. Let me get my light out of the way. Okay, so how the board usually tells there is a flame in the furnace. It usually, how it does it is basically it sends a current or voltage draw through the cable here and up through the sensor, through the actual flame. Right, because the sensor is touching in the flame, so it sends the signal through the flame and back to the chassis ground, right? Because remember, the fire is touching the chamber, the heat exchanger, and so the current is a small current flow or current draw or voltage drop, whatever you scientists want to use. It goes back to ground, and that load back to the load on the control logic lets the control logics know there is fire in the flames. Now the problem is, and there's a tip, right? You're going to have to clean, make sure that you have a good ground connection, because you'll come on a service call for flame loss. The codes will be flame loss or loss of flame, and you replace and you clean the flame sensor. But what you're not going to, what most people won't do, they won't clean the ground connection, right? You see right here, that's the ground connections, right? So that's how the board is able to complete the flame sensing circuit. It has to go to ground. So remember, this red wire here sends out the signal to the flame sensor. The flame sensor injects the signal into the flames. Then the signal goes through the flames and go back to the chassis ground. The chassis ground wire then goes back into the board, and the circuit is completed. And that's how we know we have flame. If I cut this wire right now, we will have a loss of flame. The amber light will go out. The amber light on the board will go out. And that's what I mean on that. So you see the amber light that says flame. The amber light that says flame will go out if I cut this wire. So on this service call, I have to remove this screw right here, the ground screw connector, and clean this with my wire brush. All right, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hadn't subscribed, subscribe. The video is uploaded on a weekly basis. Real world, real time, real HVAC simplified.